Oh, hey, good morning, everybody. It looks like maybe the video is actually, is it actually smooth? What happened with Sprint? Are they allowing me to do smooth videos now? I mean, that's great. We thought it had to be my, oh wait, nope, there it goes. It goes a little bit choppy. I'll just keep moving slow here. Um, just wanted to share with everybody that how last night went. I know I did my video last night. Everybody, you can go look at what happened last night and just kind of get a rundown and a breakdown of what happened. I don't really want to go over it in detail because I've done it in the other videos, but just wanted to reconfirm that last night was 98% white kids, 98% white people that are virtue signaling social justice warriors who hate their mom, who hate their dad. And, there were some people there. I'm not going to say that there weren't, people who were there legitimately and sincerely concerned about Black Lives Matter movement and, police and justice. There were some of those people that were there. But 98% of all the protesters down in the city last night were, in fact, white, and they were in their 20s and they were in their 30s. And the surprising thing was that most of the people who protest, the white people, the ones that are older, they were eerily non-present, which means that they know this group is violent. They know that they're going to turn violent. They know that that's probably what's going to happen. All the older guys, the old guard, the old guys, the OG, they stayed away. It was the 20 and 30-year-olds that were the troublemakers, and they're looking to start trouble. Tonight, guys, is 6-6. It's 6-6 today. And, I believe that that's, the big word that we're getting down is that tonight is going to be an attack. This is where they're going to really orchestrate the attack is tonight. I'm hearing unconfirmed sources so the sources that I have about the attack tonight are from legitimate sources that are very credible and believable, however, unconfirmed. I don't have anything. I've not vetted them at all. The people that have shared them with me, I trust them, and they've been pretty much on point. So, guys, please be careful. Please keep eyes out. Please put every piece of information that you can out there to share with me. We need to protect, and again, like I said the other day, we need to protect the peaceful Black Lives Matters protesters. We stand with those guys. We stand against police injustice. We stand against weaponization of our government agencies. We stand for those people. We do not stand for the Black Lives Matters extremists. We do not stand with Antifa. We do not stand for looting and rioting and burning senselessly just because they want to bring the established down. In their estimation, the reason they want to do all of this is they feel like it has to be torn down the ground and rebuilt. Now, I kind of understand that sentiment. However, it's a little bit naive and short-sighted. But, I appreciate what they want to do, but they don't understand the ramifications and the consequences. They don't understand who it's hurting, and they don't care. Antifa doesn't care. Antifa doesn't care about Black Lives Matter. They just don't. And, Black Lives Matter know that they don't, but they're using the attention that Antifa is bringing to them and the fact that members of Antifa are going to take the heat, that the Black Lives Matter, they don't have to take the heat then. So that's kind of be aware of all that stuff. Also, National Guard, there is word from Trump. I know I did get this. Somebody messaged me yesterday about Trump enacting 2 weeks of National Guard. I don't know if that's real or not. I don't know if anybody has heard or saw the video of Trump saying that. So if you have, and you can share that information on my page, that would be amazing. All right, please do that. Anything that you guys see tonight, anything that you hear, please share. Again, I'm going to turn my lights on tonight. Again, I left them on all night last night. Somebody did mention that, hey, it would have been nice if we would have had a 2 week lead in for that, so that hopefully everybody could have done it. And if there's anybody that wants to do that, go ahead, spearhead that. I'm kind of limited on time with everything else that I've got going on, but you guys read my message about what it is and what it stands for, what the symbolism is and how it's supposed to bring everybody together and bring peace, true peace amongst everybody, even the government agencies. So if anybody knows or has heard about Trump, but also with the lights, if you want to share that, if you want to spearhead it, Thank you to everybody who left their lights on last night. That was awesome. I had so many messages, guys, and I got to tell you what, it was very encouraging. People, and unfortunately, it was only a handful of people, but I got to tell you what, it can be discouraging when you're trying to do good, and some people come on and they rain down on you. And for whatever reasons, they rain down on you and they give you a negative opinion about it. And I'm sure they're just trying to keep you safe, right? I'm sure that that's what they're trying to do, or whatever their motivators are. Maybe they are, in fact, trying to, deter you or frustrate you and not be compelled to do the things that you're doing. But, the encouragement that I got from you guys and all the encouragement that I get from everybody, just saying, hey, thank you, Pete. Thank you for being out there. That's the reason that I'm doing. If I can help any one of us, if I can help, a family member, stay safe by keeping people informed, that's my whole goal and objective. We have had one of the organizations or one of the groups that we started as a result of all this, Cody. Thank you so much, man. Really, Cody, guys, he invited me to the one group, and this has kind of kicked everything off for me. And we started a group called Remove Andrew Cuomo, and our goal was to compile all the criminal actions that he has perpetrated on this state. And then what we were going to do is we were going to reach out to attorneys and reach out to politicians. We're still going to do that stuff. However, there's another mechanism that exists within our state constitution, but I believe also the U.S. Constitution. And Natalie Greer is amazing. Like the information this woman finds, and she has, I think it's 4 kids, and she's a single mom, and she lives out by like Fredonia area. But the people that she meets and talks to and exposes, it's just incredible, guys. So she ended up finding out that there is this attorney, I think it's out in the Syracuse area, but I'm not positive. And that there's this other gentleman, very intelligent, and I don't know what his job is. What I'm trying to do is, I told Natalie, I says, hey, get me all of this information, just in a brief summary, then I can share it on our page. And I'm going to share it in our group once she gets that to me. But there are vehicles and mechanisms in place that we can remove all of these politicians. We can remove these politicians. That how it happens is you put down what the unconstitutional act that they did was. Then you issue a subpoena. You get the sheriff's office to issue the subpoena. And then what you have to do first is you have to get their oath of office, and you have to get them bonded, or you have to have them bonded. So they have to communicate that to you, and this is all the legal end of it. And I'm trying to figure this out. So I'm sorry I'm speaking in very rudimentary terms about this, but the mechanisms are, you have an assembly, you create an assembly in a county of government, which they have, and it has to be a minimum of 13 people. And I think it's a maximum of 25 people. You then put together the unconstitutional acts that the individual has perpetrated, whoever it is in the state, whether it's a county legislator, whether it's a judge, whether it's any civil service employee, anybody that's been elected to office. And then what happens is you deliver that to the sheriff, and then the sheriff is responsible for issuing the arrest, the subpoena. He has to deliver that because constitutionally he is required to do that. And then that is that's delivered to whoever it is with the infraction, how they broke and violated the Constitution. And then it goes to a grand jury. The grand jury then, there's of course, the attorney, the state attorneys, and we know the judges, we know the system with what's going on right now with our courts. We know that the system is rigged. We absolutely know that it is. We know that New York State, attorneys, or I forget, the Bar Association, New York State Bar Association, corrupt. The judges, not all of them, not all the attorneys, and not all of the judges are corrupt, but a lot of them are corrupt and allegiant to Cuomo and these different county legislators. But we have this mechanism, guys. This is amazing. And these individuals have already started the process. So they are in process of delivery of this, of the document, the report, essentially. I don't know what they classify it as or call it, but they will be delivering that to the sheriff. As soon as they deliver that to the sheriff has to execute that order. And then once that order is executed, that individual, that politician, judge, whoever, has to go before a grand jury. And if the grand jury deems that there is enough information there, and if you guys know about grand juries, it's just all they're evaluating is the most basic of information. Most stuff that goes before a grand jury gets approved and authorized to move forward to a trial, and then that's what happens. That's what the process is. So at that point, there, of course, it's going to go in front of a judge with a New York State judge that is probably bought off because. Bath, New York, if you guys did the research on what happened with the religious exemption, it was a joke, absolute joke. Do the research. I'm not even going to get into it. Don't believe me. Look into it. Absolute joke, absolute tragedy, travesty what happened there. And the judge was with them. And then all of a sudden, last minute, switched. He changed. And now no religious exemption in the state. So anyways, that's the vehicles. Those are the mechanisms. So our Remove Andrew Cuomo group that we've been doing this research, Natalie Greer, she was actually familiar with this process and she brought it out. And she said, hey, when we were doing what we were doing with the vaccinations, we kind of went down the road that you were talking about, which makes sense because that's what you would think. But she said, we put together all of everything that happened, all the laws that were broken, all this other stuff. And then we submitted it. And we couldn't get an attorney to take it. We couldn't get a judge to hear it. With this way, here, the process that I just explained, that's the way to do it. And you're listing it all out. These people, these aren't just yokels from the country that everybody labels, which some of those yokels are some of the most intelligent, most educated people you're going to ever come across, most aware people. However, these are attorneys. Like, these are brilliant people that have put together this. And we were doing this. Like, our group was doing this. Now we have the outline to do that here in Erie County. So all of these corrupt politicians, I don't know if it's valid. Okay. I know that for a fact, this assembly has started and it's organized. They have their people. They've done it. I know that they've already looked at getting the oath of office from the sheriffs, and they've issued the bond, and they've submitted the infractions that they have. I know that has happened. Do I know that this is actually a process? Natalie has investigated it. She said that her preliminary findings are that it is in fact valid. But she's going to be doing more research. We want to vet this. We want to make sure we have all of our I's dotted and T's crossed before we move into this anymore. But once we have it, we're going to replicate. There's a Zoom meeting with this assembly that's out in central New York on Thursday, and we're going to be joining it. And we're going to invite everybody that is like-minded with us, that have been fighting these fights for so long, to join the Zoom meeting. So we're trying to get as many counties. If this is in fact valid, we're going to try to get as many counties involved and a part of this as possible, so that we can start tearing apart what these people have done to us. If they have violated the Constitution in any way with any decision that they have made, it will go to the sheriff's office. The sheriff's office does not have a choice, guys. No matter what, once you put together the document and you issue that, the sheriff has to issue that subpoena, or whoever does the subpoena. I don't know if it's the attorneys or whoever it is, but I think that's it. I think it has to go to the attorney's office first, but I think that whatever the process is, it gets delivered to the sheriff. So once it gets to the sheriffs, it has to be delivered. So I'll keep you guys updated and informed on that. They're projecting that Cuomo could be in as little as 6 weeks issued this and, forced to appear before a grand jury. But we all know how that goes. And again, I don't know if that's true. I haven't had an opportunity to speak with these people at all. This is all coming right through Natalie. But that's a possibility, guys. So that's very encouraging. If that's the case, that means we can take this state back and give everybody back their freedoms and liberties, which would be amazing. So we have our protest today. I'm going to post this up. I posted it yesterday. 11:30, we're meeting. The Target on Transit Road. This is for opening up New York. We want to open up the rest of New York. And, we want to come together. We're going to be there for an hour and a half. The businesses that are still forced to be closed, it's a joke. The fact that religious assemblies are still limited. They literally said on the TV yesterday, 100 protesters, group of 100 protesters, but you couldn't have more than 12 people in different settings. It just makes no sense, and it's just completely irrational. So protest, 11:30, we're meeting. Rolling protest is happening too, guys. So if you can't walk, put signs on, bring American flags. We'll be driving in and out of the parking lots. We did that at McKinley Mall, but we'll also be doing our walking protest. I hope we get a great number of people. It's going to be a beautiful day. Put your sunblock on, wear your hats, wear your long sleeve shirts, because we got burnt up the other week when we were out there in Hamburg. So load up, get the high SPF on, get the hats on. And it'll go from noon. We're going to start at noon. We're going to go to 1:30, guys. We'd love to have you out there. It's always peaceful when we're out there. And that's it. We're going to do a meet and greet afterwards. We're going to, we'll probably say some prayers. We'll sing the national anthem, and then that's it. We're on our way. And again, I just want to cover what I covered earlier. Be careful tonight, guys. I am still getting word that there is a big plan. It is 6/6. That is very relevant to these people. I won't get into all that, but 6/6 is very relevant to them. So be careful if you want to leave the lights on. And if you want to share that with everybody, guys. I know we didn't have a lot of time yesterday, but share it with everybody. I left my lights on. I had dozens of people that text me. They're like, they're on. And people that surprised me. Like, I was like, holy shit, that person did it. I mean, that's just a show of unity. That's a show of togetherness. That's a show of we aren't afraid. That's a show of, hey, we're here standing against you and what you're trying to do to us. Whether it's the lockdown from government, whether it's weaponization of government, or whether it's, this tyranny, these attacks that are happening right now with Antifa. So God bless all of our law enforcement today. God bless all of our military and guardsmen that are in. God bless and prayers for all the fallen and injured that have been hurt throughout this. God bless the politicians that are fighting. Dave DiPietro is one of them. He has been a voice for this big time. And, and his wife, Teresa, they've been fighting hard, guys. And Dave is awesome, the work that he does, the uphill battle. So enjoy your morning. I got to get this information out. Thank you for listening. And I will talk to you later as soon as I get more information. Have a good morning, guys.